Hello everyone and welcome back to the Driver's Room. Seems like an absolute age since I've been with you. My name is CP Racing and welcome to the Driver's Room Festival of Speed. This is Season 4, Round 1. As you can see, we're at Autopolis today. And for Season 4, we're in the Group 3 NSX cars. For those of you new to the series or need a little bit of a refresh on how we do things in DRFS, basically, it is a team event based on real-life race series. So you see a lot of cars that cross-reference over to real-life series, as we're in the GT NSX today. Teams are built up of 4 drivers, normally split evenly between the tiers, but the tiers are a bit muddled up. We have more drivers in some than the other, just because how quick some of the drivers are, or not so quick. And this is tier 1, the top tier, the creme de la creme, the quick boys. So we'll take a quick run through the grid, see who starts where, see some new faces maybe we haven't seen since we last done a video way back when, and some new teams. Not there's any new teams in tier 1, I think there's some in tier 2, which will be coming to you from LOL Power. He'll be covering tier 2. Try and get these out once a week before the next race, so stay tuned to the channel. Get the notification bell on for next time we drop a race, which will be following next Sunday for round 2. So let's jump down and see who did what through qualifying. A new face to the series, but not a new face to Driver's Room. We have Plux the Duck, stuck it on pole for his debut race. I'm pretty sure this is his debut in DRFS. He is driving for the Neon Knights team and running super softs all round. Plux is one of the Endurance Championship top guys, so he's trying to see what he can do down in DRFS for the 30-minute tune-in races. We'll see how he gets on when the lights go out today. In second, we have Flapjack. Was away a little while from the series, came back and was running with, I think he was running with JBL lads, or JB lads, sorry, which the team has been dissolved now. He's back home in Pegasus where he belongs. He stuck it into second place today. He's on super soft. And in third, completing Flapjack filled Neon Knight sandwich on the grid, we have Alex. Normally one of the quick lads in DRFS. We'll see how he gets on with the new car today. He is running super softs all round. In fourth, we've got RJ Cool running super softs all round for Team Retro Racing. I don't think Retro Racing had joined in the last time I was doing videos, but a team of guys, a few of us met in that racing league, Retro Racing. Real good fellas, real quick guys. Make some bloody good looking cars. Look at that one there. Very good work from the Retro Racing guys. We'll maybe have a look at some of the liveries I didn't look at earlier. In fifth, we've got the third Neon Knights in tier 1. We've got Mr. Sean. He's running a super softs all round. He's been a guy who started off in DRFS in tier 2 and just worked his way up and become one of the top contenders in tier 1 now. Keeps going from strength to strength. We'll see how he gets on tackling this tricky little NSX today. In sixth, we've got Lex for Retro Racing, the second driver in DRFS for them, in tier 1, sorry for them. He is running softs all round. Lex not overly confident on the tyre wear with his tune, or maybe he's just going for a long first stint. We'll see which it will be during the race. In seventh, we've got Flav. He's on softs. Driving for Send It Racing. As you guys will know, Send It Racing have been about for a while in DRFS. Always have a new postal service sponsor. So for this season in the NSX, we have a Royal Mail sponsor. Very decent looking car there. In 8th, we have GTO just behind his teammate Vlap on Super Softs. In 9th, we've got CPT O'Reilly. He's running Super Softs on his NSX for the Honey Badger team. Now, I don't think this is the Honey Badger livery. I'm not 100% sure. I think I heard some, or it might be a different driver actually. Bear with me on that, we'll see how it goes. But if that is delivery, we might need sunglasses, gentlemen. And ladies, of course. In 10th, we've got Ty. He's running on softs for retro racing. In 11th, we've got John Willemigan. He's running softs on his Honey Badger. And definitely that is delivery then. So grab your Ray-Bans. You're going to need them. In 12th, we've got JC. He's running softs all round. In 13th, we've got Murkoff running super softs on his Team Sega liveried NSX. He's the only Team Sega guy in Tier 1. He's no backup for Murkoff here. Do a quick spin around the Sega car. As you can see, it's got fade into the Team Carberry livery, a team we lost a while back. And last but not least, and I think it's because of a technical issue caused by the driver. I'm pretty sure hearing from sources after the race that this driver, MS2 Fast for you, Michael, qualified in 4th. But Red X, well, no, either Red X or exited back to the pits and didn't cross the first split, so ended up starting from the back. He is running softs on his Wrecking Ball Racing NSX. A smart blue and yellow livery there from the Wrecking Ball guys. So that's it. That's your first grid for round 1 of Tier 1 here from Autopolis. We'll jump on down to the front and watch the guys as the lights go out and we head down to turn 1. Here we are, just waiting to see the revs build up as the guys wait for the lights. We've got the red. Hold it for quite some time, and we're green and we're away. Plux gets a good start. A lot of wheel spin from the front three there, but they're all the way quick. Alex gets a fantastic start and he's looking to get up past Flapjack into turn 1. He's got his nose ahead. You got RJ Cool just having a look up the inside as well. Flapjack manages to slot in behind and he's following the leaders down to us. Oh, we've already got somebody off in the background. Let's hop back and see who that was. A turn 1 victim. So we'll hop on board with Ty here. I'm pretty sure it was Ty that got all out of sorts. Let's see if he was helped or... Oh, he just gets caught out. He gets caught out under the brakes and locks her up sideways. And then causes a bit of a drama behind. We'll take a look and see what happened there. Just follow John Willemigan now as they come down towards the start. You see the two Wrecking Ball Honey Badger cars in the center of the screen. And oh no, maybe John just gets a little bit, oh, that's very unfortunate. John just gets a little bit sideways. He collects Murkoff and then hits JC, and JC ends up at the back. Somebody probably should have waited there and let him pass. It wasn't JC's fault, he was hit off. I would probably say, looking at it, although he didn't touch JC, John actually started the incident there, so although he wouldn't have seen JC go off, so there's no sort of blame that he's not stopping there. He should be stopping. It would have been hard for him to tell, but ultimately down to John that one, I think. Back with the leaders, we've got Plux out in front. Very, very quick driver, and he loves his tuning, so expect good things from Plux on the Neon Knights this season. Neon Knights, I think, trying to bounce back for a little bit of a dry spell with trophies. You remember from our early videos, Neon Knights were the team to beat. They just dominated the series constantly. Alex, now we're watching, actually runs the series now day to day. Boss has took a little bit of a backseat. Still helps, he still picks the cars and helps with the tracks and just helps with the general running, but Alex is the kingpin now. And funnily enough, he snuck Plux into his team for this season. Cough, cough, it's a fix. But we got Alex now going down the long main straight on top of us. He's a Flapjack tucked right in up behind him in the slipstream. Flapjack just pops out. Take a look up the inside. Well, Alex, give him. Oh, Flapjack gets all squirrely there and just nudges the side of Alex. No intent there, just a little bit light on the brake. Sorry. speak much to you. And Flapjack just slots back in behind. Great little battle between these two players. Very quick, the pair of them. There's not anyone really in Tier 1 who is slow. Everyone's a very quick driver, especially on the day. But setup being key in this series, especially with this car being, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not, a mid-engined rear-wheel drive car. Can be tricky. As you see, Flapjack with a lovely move at the top of the hill on the hairpin. I pulled a couple off myself in Tier 2. At that point, seemed to become my favourite overtaking point. You get a good launch out of, what turn would it be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn 5, I think. That big long left-hander. If you get a good launch out of there, carrying good speed through, you get a good run down towards the hairpin. You can take that inside line and slot through with no drama at all. A great move by Flapjack. He's up in a second. What we'll do now, we'll take a quick run through the grid and see where everyone is. So still out in front and pulling out a sizable little gap now after the little battling of Flapjack and Alex. 1 second gap is Plugs the Duck. Oh, it's setting another fastest lap, 1:43.140. Flapjack is now up into second. We've got Alex in third. Mr. Sean is up into fourth. Neon Knights occupying 3 of the top 4 spots. Name I'm really struggling with, Flav, we're going to call him. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but you can message me and let me know. Vav in 5th for Send It. We've also got GTO for Send It up into section 2. Send It guys going very well. RJ Cool is hot on the heels of GTO in 7th, so for Retro Racing. Little Riley having a good run in that extremely bright car. Going to end up having cataract surgery after staring at that. Lex is going well in 9th. We've got a yellow flag. We've got a yellow flag. Somebody is off up ahead. Who is it? Oh, it's Alex. Alex is off. We'll jump back and see if we can see what happened. Hopefully, it's not an incident between him and Flapjack, as they can both be extremely quick and go for some gaps that maybe us slow guys wouldn't go for, but the quick guys can pull them off. But sometimes it can end in a bit of bother. Let's see what happened. We're on board with Alex. He's just taking a nibble there. He's just nibbling at Flapjack, just letting him know he's there. Being careful not to push him around. Again, he's just into that quarter panel. Gotta be careful. Oh, and he just gets it all onto the grass and round. I was going to say, these fast guys, they're quick, they're aggressive, but when they make a mistake going that quick, it sometimes ends in disaster. So that's Alex down to 13th. So see what recovery drive he can do from here. He's well capable of getting back up. See if he can keep the head. Meanwhile, his teammate still out in front, even further gap now, but looks like we'll just check the timing screen. Oh, 3.87 seconds now. That's all down to the battling that Flapjack and Plugs were doing there. One thing I always say, guys, anyone looking to get into league racing, try and think about what you're doing at each point of the race. I mean, those guys are battling hard there, but what it's done, I mean, Alex was probably battling for a reason to let Plugs break away, but Flapjack would have been wanting to work together to catch him up, but being Alex is a teammate of Plugs, he's not going to help somebody catch up. But if you're in a single race, you know, no teams, try to work together to close down gaps to people. Battling for every corner just slows you down. And the next race, I'll probably battle for every corner, so I'm better at giving advice than taking it sometimes. But back with the action, Plugs is out in first. Flapjack in second still. Mr. Sean now promoted to third, thanks to Alex's incident. Flav in fourth, GTO in fifth. We've got RJ Cool in sixth, CPT O'Reilly, sorry, in seventh. He should be O'Reilly from now on, it's easy to say. Lex is in eighth, my fellow countryman, and you've got Ty in ninth. I have just noticed as well, because I've been saying, I like the fact that we've got different colours on these cars in retro racing. They're the same design but different colours flipped around. Must be their way of identifying the cars. Very nice touch, gents. Very nice touch. We've got Michael MS. He's up into 10th now. Starting on the back of the grid. John Winnemegan in 11th. Alex is off again. He's going to be getting very... Oh, that's Alex actually off. Oh, Alex has left the race. I wonder if that was contact with Murkoff, because Murkoff was also off track. We'll take a look and see. We join Murkoff coming down the hill. Actually, Alex is behind by 2 spots, so maybe not unless he collects him. Oh, he just takes a chunk of curve, but that car won't like it round there as he drops it. He hasn't collected Alex. Alex is still behind. Alex must just drop it all by himself, as we see. Yeah, as we just see from Murkoff's point of view, Alex just uses the back end. That's a very tricky 2 corners. That right hand down the hill, I absolutely hate it. Yeah, I struggle to get it every time. But if you get that wrong, it can really impact you down into the next right hander. It's a very tricky back section of this Autopolis track. JC still struggling down at the back. As Plugs was in another 143. Just staying nice and consistent, just taking his time. He's got all the time in the world now. Back to Flapjack, so no need to push the car too hard. They are a little bit sore on their tyres, these cars, just due to the nature of them. Autopolis isn't always the easiest on tyres either. A lot of big sweeping corners here and big heavy braking and acceleration zones. You see Plugs in cruise control at the moment. Flapjack got a nice gap back to Sean. He's just going to be focused in on Plugs ahead. Same for Sean, a great space back to Flav, so he hasn't got to worry about behind for the time being. He's just going to focus on going forward. Flav desperately trying to break the time down, but he's quite a bit slower last lap there. 144 from Sean, 145 from Flav, and GTO 145. Lex is closing up to the 2-sender, boys. Would he be able to close up and make a move? RJ just sticking behind, playing rear gunner at the moment for Lex. Alrighty, looking to spoil Retro Racing's party. Good to see the Retro boys in. They came in as they running a series that was similar to the one they had, and they stuck around ever since. They're a fantastic addition to the community. And that goes for anybody watching this who isn't in the driver's room. We are open for races, good, clean races is all we ask for. We're not looking for wreckfest, we're not looking for daily races, we're looking for organised, good, clean, fun races like this. We have plenty of races on. If you look on the channel there, you'll see a video showing all the series we currently run, created by Law Power. Very thanks to him for doing that. But if you want to join us, message on here, hit us up on Twitter at Driversroom, find us on Discord, we will send you a link and get you involved. Plenty of spaces open. MS just sitting in the... MS is a very quick driver, but doesn't seem to be the happiest in his NSX at the moment. Whether his setup isn't to his liking, or maybe some have even forgot his round one. Sometimes people do forget to put setups. Ty also another one struggling in the NSX down towards the back. He's a very quick driver normally. Murkoff is way out on his own. This is just going to be a test session, I think, for Murkoff to look at how the car runs. Although he's got brand new tyres on, he must have been in the pits there last lap. Those tyres are way too new, unless he has got some special edition tyres made out of plastic. Don't wave, it won't grip. So far, coming up to lap 6, we are, what are we, 10 minutes into the race. We have dropped 2 races. We've lost Alex, who had a torrid start to the race, and we have also lost JC, another one who had a pretty bad start to the race. He was involved in a turn 1 incident. It wasn't his fault, and that just set the tone for his race, unfortunately. Sometimes just like myself, always seem to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. End up on the wrong end of things. Flux comes around the infield section. What we'll do at the start of the next lap, we'll join Flux for a run around on board in Autopolis. See what the Maestro is doing. Give away maybe his secrets to his competitors here when they watch back. Well, now we won't know that, but could be interesting. The field's sort of settled down now. We've got the front three have got quite big gaps between them, and a big gap back to fourth. Sean run 145 last time. Vlav's 147. So tyre wear really starting to take effect now. Some of these setups might not be fine-tuned yet. I didn't find the tyres overly bad. I mean, I could get them decent enough halfway. I was actually getting a bit quicker myself during the race on worn tyres, funnily enough. As we see, Flapjack is diving into the pits. Flapjack from Pegasus, the first one to blink. Mr. Sean goes on through. Flux goes on through. It's actually a really short pit stop here, even with the longer pit stops, so you don't lose much time, but it's still a little bit early. 12 minutes to be coming in. Ideally in the DRFS race you want to be looking in around the 15-minute mark. You don't want to be waiting too long, don't want to be going too early, because I mean, look at the fuel's going to last me only doing a tyre change. If you can make the tyres last halfway through, then you'll be golden come towards the end of the race. I don't know, while I was talking about that, I completely forgot we were jumping on board with Flux, but we'll do it next time round. As we see Lex trying to get past GTO there. He's closed up over the past few laps, been very consistent. Lex closing up the gap. Can he find a way through? That is going to be the question, or will they all end up in the pits together? Will everyone remember to hit the do not fuel button? That will lose you places very quickly. Flux is coming through the final section here. We'll stick with him. In fact, I don't really want to miss this battle going on here with Lex and GTO. We'll jump on board with Lex here as we're coming through the final section. We'll join Flux on a lap a bit later on. Just don't want to miss this action here. See Lex trying his hardest. Nobody else. Flux has dove into the pits. Good job I didn't go with him then, because he's in the pits. 68% fuel, so he's plenty of fuel to make a go round. Now we know this from Sean. Sean can make tyres last very long. As we see, GTO is going to head in. Lex is going to make the move and try the undercut. He's coming out just. Flux doesn't want him. Oh, he comes out just ahead of Flux. That was close. Flapjack's actually jumped Flux. Flapjack has done the undercut, but his tyres are older. As you can see just there on the graphic, a tiny speck of red starting up there, both on the super softs. See some guys going in on the softs there. Will they change down? As you see Flapjack trying to battle his way past Lex. Lex really is just sitting duck with the guys with fresh tyres. Lex was never going to hold them off. Now this at the moment is dreamland for Flapjack. Flux had a huge gap to him. Pitting earlier has given him a real good undercut. He must have had an electric outlap. Jumped him up past Flux. Now Flux is going to be probably annoyed seeing the Pegasus car come past him as he exited the pits. He's now going to be watching Flapjack, studying where he thinks he can get past him. Flapjack slides up the inside of Flav there. Oh, Flav just gets caught out by Flux coming through. Oh, a little bit of toe rubbing, but that can happen when you have that quicker guys coming through and guys struggling with tyres behind. There's nowhere ready for Flav to go. No, he didn't have to jump out the way, as we see Sean diving in the pits there now. I mean, look at his tyres. I mean, some of the guys weren't anywhere near that when he jumped in. As we see Flav jumping in now as well. So we'll take this moment to jump on board with Plux, because we'll see how he is compared to Flapjack as well. Because Flapjack gets all sorts of sideways on the entry to T1, but you see Plux a lot more stable in through there, his car not wanting to break away. I think talking to Flapjack after the race, he was struggling a little bit with lift-off oversteer. Something he'll have to work on in the tune this week. Plux just having a snatch at the steering there to resettle the car down. Flapjack ahead, having a couple of bites to enter that left-hander. I mean, that's why I love the series. That's why I love covering the series. You get some real good drivers in the same cars, just a little bit of tune differently, set up to their likes. So you've got drivers basically driving cars at 100% how they like them to handle. So then it's down to who's better, who can make that car quicker. You see, Plux isn't going away, and there's some sections where Plux just closes up quite nicely. Particularly those slower ones, he can maybe get his car turned in a little bit more than Flapjack. It's a long right hand, you have to be patient before you pick up the throttle once you see the curb at the left-hander and nail it out up to start finish straight. I mean, Plux is definitely well within the slipstream race. He sets another fastest lap for 43 dead. Is he going to have a look down the inside? Is he too far back? He's a little bit too far back there. Great move from Plux just to back off his Flapjack. Maybe a little bit unsettled by seeing Plux there, just drops it under braking. So he has been struggling with lift-off oversteer, I think, and braking oversteer as well. Just something he's definitely going to look at this week. But very patient from Plux there, and something some people, an example probably some people should follow, especially in daily races there. A little bit too far back, didn't dive bomb, waited his moment for Flapjack to make a mistake and put pressure on, and then slotted back through up into first. So Plux is now up into first to see where everyone is after the round of pit stops. So Plux and Flapjack in first and second, then a huge gap back to Mr. Sean in third. And we got GTO in fourth, O'Reilly up to fifth, Flav in sixth after his pit stop. RJ Cool is now ahead of Lex in seventh and eighth respectively. John Mullimegan in ninth. We've got MS Too Fast For You, Michael in 10th. Ty is in 11th. Murkoff still struggling as she's catching drifting there in 12th. Don't get me wrong, Murkoff is way down the back. He is not a slow driver, he is a quick driver. Maybe just not got that car to set how he wants, so we'll keep an eye on him through the rounds and see how he improves. Probably we'll see it on the next round onwards. So we're approaching the final 10 minutes of this race. Still all to play for at the front. The Plux being hunted down by Flapjack after that little mistake. Although Plux is starting to break away. He is making distance on him. What is the gap at the moment? Gap is nearly a second, just over a second. So Plux is breaking away. Now Plux is in clean air. He's been able to make, remember, his tires are a lap, 2 laps newer than Flapjack's. You can visibly see the wear difference, so he's making use of that extra grip now while he has it. Sean is now 100% in cruise control. He doesn't need to be driving the car on the raggedy edge. He's got a huge gap ahead and a huge gap behind, so looks like it's going to be a safe third position for Mr. Sean. O'Reilly has got +5. We missed that. And GTO's dropped way down. What's happened here? Let's go back. We missed something badly here. Let's jump back and see. We're with GTO now, who was in 4th. He does end up in 8th, so is it going to be down through these 2 right-handers, the right-hander at the bottom of the hill and the long right-hander? He's running a bit, yep, he's run a bit wide there, underground, round she goes. That is the 100% worst Oh, sorry, it is the thing that will happen there. You need to get that turn-in point right coming down that hill. If you don't, then round you go. It's always going to happen. We've seen the same thing happen to Alex earlier before he retired the car. Somebody else had actually done it in this race as well. I normally do it. I did it through practice. I think I did actually do it once in my race. It is a curse of this track. I think we've actually lost Murkoff now as well. We'll do a run through the grid here and see. So Plux is still in first, leading Flapjack in a second, with Mr. Sean in third. O'Reilly is now up in the fourth, thanks to the mishap of GTO. Flav in fifth, RJ now up into sixth, being followed closely by his teammate Lex. GTO recovering now in eighth. John Megan in ninth. I think he thinks it's raining. Wipers going flat out on the front of that NSX. MS in 10th, still struggling with that NSX. And we've got Ty in 11th. So yes, we've lost Murkoff now as well. Murkoff becomes the third retiree of the race. Oh, what's happened here? We've lost yet another one. Where has Flapjack gone? Let's go back and take a look. We'll jump on board with Flapjack here. He's coming down towards the hairpin. Oh, we have got a disconnection, ladies and gentlemen. All inputs have been lost. He's going to disconnect here now. Absolute nightmare for Flapjack and the Pegasus team there. As you see now, he is gone from the listing. Oh, such a disaster, but such is life. These things happen. Unfortunately, technology isn't infallible, and Flapjack has disconnected from the race. Which is going to make this man here, Plux, very happy indeed. Because that's now going to give him a gap of 12.68 seconds to his teammate, Mr. Sean. Sean is not gonna do anything or try and put Plux under pressure. He's just gonna hold station, as he has now inherited second from Flapjack. So we have a Neon Knights 1-2, and we've got a man who has just been inheriting places the whole way through here. He's really capitalized with some people's bad luck. O'Reilly now up into third, although Flav is trying to follow him. Too many movements, I think, there coming down the straight. We don't really weave in the driver's room, so hopefully that doesn't be a theme between them. Lex is now past RJ and pulling away. RJ's going to have GTO coming up behind him very shortly. John still thinks it's raining, but we'll jump back towards the only battle we've really got going on at the minute. Between O'Reilly and Flav. We'll jump on board with Flav as he tries to hunt down the youngster and get past him. Though he's probably getting put off and dazzled by that extremely bright livery. Oh, just see O'Reilly running a bit wide there. Flav will take the much tighter line to the hairpin. He's closed up a few tenths there. Who gets this one right the roast? You see Flav chucks her in. Pretty even between the pair. Flav's got decent exit out of that. So right-hander, you keep thinking on that right-hander there after the downhill one, that long sweeping right-hander, you keep thinking, yeah, I can put the throttle down, I can put the throttle down, and you just have to be so patient, and it feels like you're going so slow. And it's an eternity before you can actually put the hammer down. But if you go too early, you just understeer out into the grass. So you really have to be patient and wait. Flav looking for opportunity. As we see O'Reilly moving back onto the racing line. Much better this time. That was a nice run between the two. Flav is in the slipstream, but streets are pretty short here apart from the start-finish one, so it's hard to really use the slipstream to get past. So he's closing in the corner, so O'Reilly may be struggling a bit now with tyres, or can't remember when he stopped, but we'll see here now. His tyres are a lot more worn than Flav's. Flav's going to be able to push just a little bit tighter. You can see he's taking a tighter line from O'Reilly. It's just going to be down to the amount of grip available he has compared to O'Reilly. Oh, as I say that, Flav gets the back end kicking out as he touched the grass there, but saved it quite nicely. As you can see there on his inputs, he was just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then he was half throttle, waiting, then he finally got it up to full throttle. So patient through that corner. And I think that's one of the hardest things of any racer or sim racer, to be patient, to wait. You know, your right foot is itching to smash that throttle down into the deck. We're approaching, we're 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, we're in the last 5 minutes. So we're going to be looking at 3 more laps roughly. Maybe 4. In and around that. Flav's just lost a bit of space now to O'Reilly. He's going to have to make that back. We'll jump up the front with plugs. As you can see now, he's just, you can see his time staying very consistent. He's just taking his time now and not pushing. 143.3, 143.3, 143.5, 143.8. So that could be taken down to him. Just taking the foot off the gas a little bit, managing that tyre wear, knowing what he can do with the car. I'm pretty sure, and I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Flux ran this car in ADEC. Maybe, or am I thinking of Sigma ran the NSX? Can't really remember. I thought M4R ran it for a little while. Mr. Sean loving life in second. He really has no pressure. Comfortably sitting in the 144s currently. Again, that's another good consistent group of laps there from Sean. Alright, he's still under pressure as he moves to the left now, moves back to the middle of the track, trying to break the slipstream of Flav, and then he goes back onto start finish straight onto the racing line, sorry, into the braking point for turn 1. I mean, I don't think O'Reilly's doing much wrong there, but if you were the driver behind, you could maybe be thinking of having a case for excessive movement, but I think it's okay, to be honest. And Flav's still getting frustrated behind the youngster. Desperately looking for a way past to claim that final podium spot. He's got time to do it, so we're going to the last 2 minutes now, so we're going to have definitely 2 more laps, I would say. Just see a little bit of oversteer creeping in Flav's car there through the right hander. The car was still very stable, so he was able to control it there. Oh, he's much tighter into there. Can he hold it up through? But the problem is he's going to be on the outside now. So yeah, he just falls in behind. He's going to be on the out. He would have been on the outside for the next 2 corners. But what it does do is it shows O'Reilly, excuse me, you're not safe, young fella. I am literally right behind you, and I am quicker than you. And look how close he is now. It's the closest Vlav's been in a long while. Is O'Reilly going to stay defensive? He's starting to creep over towards the braking zone. Can't force him. Oh, that was close. O'Reilly's car was trying to break loose there, but he managed just to hold it. It was good defense there from O'Reilly in the T1. Just held the inside line and then slowly closed back over towards the braking zone, which takes away the line from Vlav without blocking him or pushing him off the track and giving him enough room. Very, very good defensive driving indeed. And we got Lex now. He's got GTO behind him, so RJ's been passed by GTO. We missed that. John Willamigan, and they're down in 8th. He still thinks it's raining, bless him. That means somebody's broke the wiper stalk in his car and left him on just to annoy him. Ty in 9th, and 10th is... 10th and last is MS. We've lost another one, hopefully. We lost altogether. We lost JC, we've lost Murkoff. And Alex and Flapjack. And while I was talking, Mr. Sean has finished the race in 2nd. We got Plux round on a final lap. We got O'Reilly's just gonna keep hold of 3rd ahead of Flav. Good racing for them. Lex is gonna come home in 5th. We've got GTO coming home in 6th for Ascendant Racing. RJ Cool in 7th. John Willamigan's gonna be in 8th. Ty is going to be in 9th, and Michael's going to be happy to see the end of this race finish in 10th. So as we watch Plux come around to finish his race, I just want to say thank you to the guys for one. It was an entertaining race, and thank you to you guys for tuning in on a Driver's Room YouTube channel and watching our content. I would say these will be coming out every week. We'll have DRFS Tier 1 and Tier 2, as long as DRSL 1 and 2. And there'll be other videos pop up here and there. So keep an eye out, make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell, and like the videos. We'll keep trying to bring them out as much as we can to you. If you want to get involved in any of our racing, please come and find us on Twitter, @Driversroom, or find us on Discord, and we'll get you involved. We're always looking for new, quick, clean drivers, as we see Plux showing off now with some beautiful drifts to finish the race. Congratulations to him. A debut win for Plux in round 1 of DRFS.